To the stage, a Winmore World Masters semi-finalist, the current holder of 5 BDO World Ranking titles. He's the 2015 Lakeside World Champion, England's Scotty Dog, Scott Mitchell!
And welcome back to the next game now, which is Scott against Willem. A repeat of the Six Nations final game, where the Netherlands narrowly beat England. So I don't know if that'll be on Scott's mind as a little bit of revenge, but we will find out as the game goes on. I'm also pleased to say that in the commentary box now, I've got Gary Robson after a successful victory, who will be talking us to in a minute.
Hello.
It's a bit technical, you see, all these buttons. It's a lot easier playing darts, trust me.
I can't even use my phone, never mind this.
I know you struggle to put your flights in.
Sorry, mate. You're never going to let me live that down, are you?
No, I'll never forget that one. If people actually want to see it, if you go to England Darts, they've got a YouTube screening of the England Open, where I recently played Mr. Robson. And he's going that blind, he couldn't put his flight in, so he asked me to put it in. We couldn't actually get it in the normal way, so I had to put it in backwards. And he then continued to hit 2 treble 20s and the winning double with it. So, yeah, I won't be doing that again in a hurry.
I carry one in my pocket since then.
So here we go. So was that the first time you ever played Mario?
No, I played him in the last 8 of the Luxembourg Open, where I beat him. I think it went all the way, and it was a big shot out. And then, obviously, the next day he won the Luxembourg Masters. Yeah. So I know he's been on good form.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with him. I mean, it's the first time I've really seen him. Because obviously, when you're playing darts on the circuit, you don't get a lot to see of the players. This is about the only time we actually see how other players are playing. So it's quite an insight. And William's going in there for. This leg has started really well.
Yeah. Well, obviously, when I played Mario there, the way he started, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in trouble here."
Yeah, the 150 check out as well. It's just, but you came back well. I mean, your average after the first set was, for your standards, very poor, and then to finish on a 92 average, you must be really happy with that.
Well, to tell you the truth, like I wasn't happy the way I played.
180.
Yeah, first one of the match. I looked at the stats and it came up and he'd done like 104 average first set. So I stood back and thought, okay, I've lost the dart, but I wasn't really bothered because he played that well. There wasn't a lot I could do about it. It was just to take it on the chin and try and do the same to him. You know, if he had a poor average like mine, I would have probably been down in the dumps
one of those.
And not picked it up.
So double 12 for a break.
69.
So this is the sort of finishes that Scott know he takes out on a regular basis. And there we go.
Right, just like that. When the first one goes in, you know the double's going in. You know, we've both played him that much. We know his style.
Yeah, my personal opinion is that another 180 there from Willem. Is Scott's more about rhythm. Once the first start goes, I personally feel if he's a little bit quicker rather than a slower pace.
Yeah, sometimes I know he's got a routine, and sometimes I think that puts him off. He didn't have that routine when he won the World Championship, not as intense as that.
No, I mean, a lot of it. I mean, you deal with Steve McKibben, the Hippo Man, the same as it, and I think that's part of it. It was a case of it's your hockey, you control it while you throw it. So whether that's part of that routine and that's the way he deals with it, then it's a bit different.
Yeah, the great thing with Stephen is, I mean, I was the very, very first one that went with him. And I know he does Scott and he does Glenn and a few others. And he doesn't treat any of us the same. It's all different techniques. He's a wizard, actually. He really is. You know, I know Scott thinks highly of him for what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the basic system, and I listen to it. If you're struggling, and if people believe in the neurolinguistics, I got that out right, then have a look at his website. Have a look. It's a system that will help.
Definitely. Can you spell what you just said?
No.
Anyway, back to the match. It's a cracker.
Started off at a good pace.
Willem is such a high scorer. I mean, I class myself as a big scorer. Most of my games, I always say I lose on doubles, and Willem is exactly the same. He can just hit a 180 from anywhere. He's unbelievable.
I think Willem, over the last sort of most probably 3 years, has been, I would say, one of the most improved players in the BDO. About 3 years ago, he wasn't doing what he's doing now by a long shot, and he's just improved year on year to be now, a top 16 player.
Definitely. And look, he's throwing there now, and okay, he's just won, but he just seems that he loves it up there.
Yeah.
It doesn't faze him, does it? Whereas it used to.
Yeah, that's it. As the further you get through, the more experienced the players, they've got more stage presence, and it's a different game. From the floor to the stage, it's a totally different game.
Yeah, I still prefer the floor.
I think we all do, because there's a different vibe when you're on the floor.
Yeah, but I've done it more years than anybody, and I still prefer the floor. I don't know what it is about it. The stage, I don't get stage fright or anything. It just doesn't. It never seemed to go.
Another solid ton there from Scott. Looks in control of this leg to hold the first set.
Yeah, he's just put his markers out, and whatever Williams hits, he's going to hit a little bit more just to stay in front. Wouldn't be surprised if a 140 comes in and leave tops or at least a ton. You know what he's like.
Yeah. Very solid. I mean, he had 19 tons in his first game.
There you go. Commentator's curse. He didn't.
But he still, it didn't drift away. So he's left the 120, which is a better finish than going having a change or anything like that. It's all in a straight line. Straight. You're not moving to deviate.
I don't know. If you look over the years, he's the one player that probably hits the least fives and ones. Yep. Like I say, if he doesn't hit the treble, it's still bang, bang, bang down the line.
Tops for the hold.
18. Willem, you require 158.
So now a chance for Willem. It's a big ask.
Well,
and Willem likes his funny finishes, and that was another one.
I don't know why he's went that way when he's so good at the treble 20.
It's 108 to leave the ball, but I would prefer a dart at double 8 and 19 even.
I think he's like me. When the first one goes in, the second one nearly always follows in, so it's going to give him at least one dart at the double.
5.
13.
Now,
rare
if
mistake.
you'd have gone the treble 20 route, you wouldn't be on such a bad finish. 119. It is a 3-dart finish, so it's an awkward one.
A little bit of inexperience there.
Tops now for the break.
99.
Now,
Scott, you require 10.
He ain't going to miss this.
No score.
I think you'll be sacked in a minute if you carry on with commentary.
He's deliberately trying to make me look bad, isn't he? I've commented on it twice and I'm getting it wrong both times.
Willem inside. Now, same tricky double 5. And that's a mile away.
10.
Usually that's a great marker for the last.
you normally say afterwards, you go, I used the marker, but no, not on that case. So now Scott, double 5 for the hold. Now that is a good marker for him.
No score.
You've got to say that is really unlucky, because the way the first two set up, he threw it perfectly. It's just gone through rather than slid down them.
Yeah, it's one of them you can't miss. But it just shows you both players there in the last 6 darts how much the first set means to them.
Second set,
Oh, yeah.
first leg.
Whether you've won the darts or not, the first, you know, unbelievable. It's just so intense when you're both playing the same type of darts.
Oh, yeah. So are you looking forward to tomorrow's Northeast clash against Glenn?
I am. I believe that I really am. You know, I've got quite a good record against Glenn. The last few times he's absolutely battered me. Obviously, I played him at Lakeside, and I didn't do too well. I played okay, 3 sets to 0. But straight after Lakeside, I changed my darts from 22s to 24s.
Yeah, I did mention it yesterday that you changed your weights, you changed the stem length as well.
The very next tournament was the Scottish Open, got beaten in the final, and nearly every tournament since then I've been last 8. So I'm looking forward to playing with my new darts and see what happens.
100.
And he was singing your praises. He said you were doing 1-2-1s downstairs, and he said you didn't miss a double.
No, he says, Robbo, he says, you fancy 1-2-1s, and bam, 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 we done every one. He says, I want to stop at 130, and I think I did miss the double on the 133 or something. It was the first one. He went, right, that'll do me. You know, now that is something I've been like trying to input the last few months, doubles, because I haven't been losing games on scoring. I've been losing them on finishing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. I think do players get to... We know all the players can score, and that there's never going to be any doubt of that. But it's the doubles, you know, in the old Bobby George phrase, isn't it? Scoring for show, doubles for dough.
Yeah, I think it's with me, like I say, it took us a lot of years to go to 24s, but I'm a rhythm player. And once I start hitting them 60s to the rhythm and I don't miss,
No.
but having to go for the doubles and different trebles breaks your rhythm, and I'm having to even at my age, after 30 years playing on the circuit, I'm having to learn myself something different because the standard's so good.
So Scott now on 101 for the break. So should be treble 19 for double 12, treble 10.
49.
Now, will he go the ball or will he go safe? And there we go.
You called it well.
Oh,
No score.
missed the big number.
Scott should require 52.
So it should be 12 for double top. For a breaker throw. There we go.
Did you notice I was quiet there? Because the last time I said something, you missed it.
Now, in that situation, we've just seen Willem go for the 65. Would you actually go for the 25, or would you play it safe and go treble 11, treble 15?
I'm a double 16 man, so I've got to go treble 11. 9 times out of 10, you go for the 25. You can hit a 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've still got to leave yourself the ball. At least for the treble 11, if it goes into an 8, it's 57. If it goes high, it's 51. I'm still on 16. So that's the way I prefer anyway.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Different situations, different calls for different things. If the player's on 200, then yeah, all right, you can go 25. But if they're on a finish, you've got to give yourself your best chance.
Yeah, but even with throwing 200, I still prefer double 16. That's what I am.
And a 180 there from Scott.
I'm only 6 foot. I'm still too short for the double top. Don't hit it that often.
I remember that one.
It's great darts, yeah. They win it 2-2-1 both after 6.
It's
what you want to watch.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've been very graced with some great averages. But again, as I was talking earlier on, averages aren't always about a good game. A good game is about the tension in the game and the nerves in the game sometimes.
Well, the trouble with it is like it's best of 5, best of 3.
Yeah, 11.
So you can have one really bad
Bullseye
leg.
for the
Here we
for the
go.
set.
Very unlucky. You can have one really bad leg that'll drag your average down to like an 82 or something, and they go, the average is really, really bad. But it's only that one leg that's dragged it down from a 90 plus.
Yep.
It doesn't take much with it being a short format.
So Willem there again missed the big number, which means he couldn't finish.
I think that's a little bit nerves on his
So
behalf.
double 8 for the hold.
9.
They're both scoring great, but the little red bit at the end is not coming, is
The
it?
doubles are going to be crucial, I think, in this game.
That's came short of the second leg. Willem on the hooks. Third leg is Willem the throw first.
This is a massive, massive leg for both of them.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think they're both going to know that as well.
Look at the first dart. That tells you.
81.
You know, if Scott breaks him, he's in command again.
Yeah, I'd agree. Again, it's not what Scott would have wanted. He would have wanted another treble there, really.
Definitely.
96.
But Scott's played Willem as many times as I have, and probably as many times as you.
Yep.
You know yourself, if you can stick with scoring, 9 times out of 10, he will give you a shot at it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he
That's
is
the
he is
difference.
prone to miss a few doubles.
Yeah, that's the difference from him being where he is to
Yep.
being in the top 10. He will give you the shot. And when you've got the likes of Scott and Glenn, and I'm not saying me because I'm terrible at doubles, but
But
You take
I've
them.
noticed watching Willem, he's more of a combination finisher than a 3-dart finisher.
yes. Yeah.
And here we go. This is all about pressure now.
There you go. It's like me. I would rather leave 47 than 32. I hate going straight for the double. I'd rather hit a single
Yep.
than go for the double. It's
It's the mindset.
because I aim when we first dart, and then I know how far it's going to be out for the double. It's a crazy thought, but it's the way I prefer it.
So now Scott's going to have to hit another ton here.
45.
That is no pressure on that, is there?
84.
Would you go for the bull now if he misses the first two ones? I wouldn't.
No. Well, he's going to hit the double
Okay.
12 instead.
Yeah, that's game show. The
That's-
second set. Willem.
That was a massive leg.
Yeah, very big,
Third set,
very
first
much so.
leg.
I mean,
It's got the
it's
12 first. Game on.
it's been for Scott as well. It's a whirlwind sort of trip as well, because he's obviously had the British Open, the Europe Cup, and now back here again.
There you go, Scott. Right, okay, let's start the game from
Yep.
beginning. I'm going to win 3-0. That's
Yep.
what's on his mind
Yeah,
now.
I-
He's not thinking about 2-0 down.
No, he's not. The thing of in now in William's situation is it all right? If this set goes, it doesn't really matter. I've got to throw in the next one.
Yeah, exactly. But you give Scott one set, he's going to be bouncing.
Yeah.
You even like the next set, you've got to expect Scott to hold his throw. So you've got to defend your game twice. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be. And this is as we keep saying, this is most probably the most cutthroat darts that you're going to see.
Yeah, I spoke to Glenn about it when we were practicing yesterday, and he said he loves it. He played John Boy yesterday. He was 2-0 up. The next thing, John Boy wins a leg.
Yeah.
And he went, Robbo, I was under pressure.
Yep.
Because he knows if I win the next leg, it's 2-1, and it's by the best of 3.
Oh yeah,
He says it's unbelievable. He says it's great, though. He loved it.
59. Scott Jericho 121.
Now, I still think he'd go for the bull here if he's got a chance. No, he's not. He's going to stay there. So
89.
leaves a double 16.
Nice to see you calling the same as me.
Well, no, I'm just thinking if you've hit, all right, he's left the finish. Personally, I would have rather made the caller shout 180 there.
He was too far in front.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe that he left the 32 because he was nowhere near the 8 the last time.
No, it's,
Why hasn't he went tops is his favourite?
yeah. I mean, he likes double 4, so
96.
maybe it's tidy up on this one, and then go again on the next leg.
This is a big dart, this one.
4.
Just so
I
now.
see Scott misses many doubles. To tell you the truth, that's usually the top end of his game.
Oh, now double 16 for a break.
58.
And now another chance now for Scott to hold.
Scott Jericho 4.
I think we're both watching it, and we can both see that the doubles are costing Scott dearly here.
Yeah, that's game short of the first.
Great dart. I'm saying no because both of them, like I say, Willem, you expect him to miss a few doubles, but Scott, you don't. You really don't.
No, he's very solid.
14.
I think that's the strength of his game. He's when I play Scott, I always feel as if I can power score him. but from 201 downwards, he'll kick my butt every time.
Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit of Scott's practice routine, and I know what he does, and it's a relentless one on doubles and then on a scoring phase. So it's a hard graft the way he does it. So it does surprise me when he misses doubles.
Yeah, and that is probably the hardest part of practice, is going for finishing doubles. I don't do it much because it's so boring. I just like to hit 180s and show off
There's good
to
darts there
myself.
from him. But the thing is, though, is everyone says about doubles, but you can't replicate the pressure. And no matter how much you practice, you're never going to replicate that pressure of going for that double.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But there is some doubles I would pay a small fortune to keep away from. I must admit, it doesn't matter where I am, even on the practice board, I'd pay to keep away from them.
Good dart. So he's putting the pressure on the Willem throw here. So Willem's got a reply here. If it doesn't hit a treble, oh, that was a big last dart. You still say you're banking on a 140 here, I would say.
Well, Scott's got 6 darts from 211. 9 times out of 10, you would expect him to hit the double or miss the double and set it up after 6 darts. That's what I was saying from 201.
So he should be, yeah.
And
now
there
that is an opening now.
He's just getting a free bus ticket there, and he
Yep.
can do what he wants, really.
So treble 17 for tops. So I tied it up with the treble 14.
51. Billy
Now.
require 145.
Now which way Willem's going? I think he's going treble 19. There we go. Treble 16. And he'll stay there.
89.
What was that
Scotty
left?
requires
It's the treble 19's the 48 and the 48 for tops. It's
50.
I actually wasn't asking you. I was asking Pup next to it, and he got complicated as well.
for those that don't know, we share a room with for the refs. So yeah,
Wow.
we've got the man that needs a new. We should have got the Specsavers in the first game.
Yeah.
So
I'm going
now
to try and
Scott.
get Gillette to sponsor him.
So now double 5.
Do you realise that's 8 darts he's had a double 5 this match,
Yep.
and not even getting close to it? Very unrealistic. Next to his
Yeah,
favourite
but it's-
double, isn't it?
Require 20.
It's really surprising.
Ten.
But now you'll see.
Scotty
Yeah, most
requires
probably give them
Two
that.
double 1 like he did last time. He loves double 1.
I think we all have double 1 as long as it goes in. There we go. He's not going to it. So there we go.
Scott Mitchell.
So
I think Willem found the pressure there with that double, knowing
yeah,
it was.
and that would have given him.
To me, it was a match point dart for him.
91.
I'm looking for a response now. And I know people are going to look at the average and go, an 81 average, but if you take into consideration, we've most probably seen 20 darts missed at a double.
Well, like I call it, Scott's missed at least 9. He's lost at just a double 5, and then the other doubles, yeah, you know. Obviously, the people that's listening to us, they love the darts, and they know averages mean nothing.
No, that's
it's
right.
all about the game, you know. Averages are only good if you can get the double first dart.
Oh, totally agree.
59.
After that, it's a false declaration of the game. And
Yeah.
you can see the game after it, and you go, what a terrible game. They only finished with like an 8-8 average. But it was probably one of the best and most suspense games you've ever watched, you know?
And I think that's what people enjoy about the Win Mao and the World Professional Championship is that it's the closeness of it.
42.
Yeah.
Now a mistake there from Willem.
And you never beat, are you?
No, never.
Never ever beat.
You feel it for treble here.
Yeah, but since Willem went 2-0 up,
He's got nervous.
He's getting nervous. He's tightened up. To me, he's tightened it up. He's thinking about the winning post too much.
He's trying. I kind of get that way for 175 because it leaves the 80. But if you've hit 2, are you still going to... Well,
Nah, I'm a treble 20 man all the way down the line.
I think he needs a treble. Yeah, just on cue.
100.
It's
So
just
now
a little
the-
down
now-
now. He can hit a 1 or a 5. He's a little bit
Yep,
down
it's-
in his
it's
mind now.
Going to be
40.
now. If you look at those 3 darts, first one was low, second one was high, and the third one was higher. That tells you there's a little bit of tension in the arm.
Yeah.
So double 18. Across the other side of the board. There we go.
I hate that double.
Scott Mitchell.
Now, hold a throw here, and his favourite.
Yeah.
Second leg
Look at the
is
body
Scott
language
Mitchell
of Willem
first.
now.
Yeah,
He's look.
he's down.
It's like a little bit down and tired, isn't it? I know
Yeah.
he's chewing his chung gum, which he shouldn't be doing on streams, but never mind. We'll forgive him for that. But he's like lost that little bit glazier in his eyes
Yeah,
that he did when he went 2-0 up.
It's like, have I blown my chance? That you know, and you do get the feelings like that.
Because Scott's got the darts now, it's like, right, now it's 2-2 in sets. I have to hold my throw twice.
And the thing with set play now
pressure's
is
back on him.
with that is he starts the next 2 legs. If he wins this leg, he starts the next leg. So it's also now momentum.
Yeah, yeah. Great reply.
Good reply. Now, the first start, he's done it the right way at 18. And
That's a great pressure.
it's a 138 to leave. The 167 is...
William's
he's done
got to
it the
go
right way.
19s
Yeah.
first,
Yeah, he's got to go
hasn't he?
19s. He will go, and now he's missed it.
83.
See, if we'd been in the spotter there, we would have called that right, wouldn't we?
Well, the way Willem plays on 19s, that's not a good dart. Let's pulled it back.
81.
I think anything but a 180 and Scott's still quite
Yeah,
comfortable.
you still feel comfortable. I mean, the 180s that Willem had earlier on have sort of dried up. His treble 19.
Even
was
that, it's
really good
86,
though.
it's 86 a peach. But the way he went for the 80 the last time, you've got to be confident. Even if you miss it,
Yep.
he's probably not going to. You know he's tingling.
Now, bullseye.
61.
Really close. Now, it's Willem for the
shot.
same thing. Which way? Same result.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Willem was a little bit more aggressive there with the second
which
dart.
way's Scott going to go? Yeah, you know him better than me.
Well, he's going to go 988.
But double eight's been like his double five. He's been nowhere near it.
No.
You've just went 17 double four. His favourite.
I would have. That's what I thought he might have done, but it's one of those, and he's busted.
Oh,
My
God.
word! Cardinals in there. If you're gonna,
Happy
you've got to go
birthday, Scott
big.
Mitchell.
And there we go.
Yeah.
That I think could be the total game changer.
Because he missed
Yep.
the
If
big number.
The big number. It's. I mean, I know we all sit here and say it's a big number, but on that sort of pressure, that's what makes you a top 8 player rather than a top 16
If
player.
you watch the last game when I played, obviously I missed the big 16 and
Yep.
missed the double and give him 3, but I got away with it. But if
Yep.
he did that double, as well as I was playing in that set,
Yep.
that would increase me because I went like 140, 180, 135,
Yep.
and I could have lost that leg just because of one big number.
Now William's got to regroup,
140.
and
I wouldn't expect anything less of him. Like I say, he's a high scorer. It's when you get down to the nitty gritty, I expect Scotch just to be the favourite a little.
he's
81.
scrapping it out. I think the word is. I think.
Struggling a little, aim high and a couple of fall in.
58.
Yeah, I think a lot of people and what Gary's saying there is everyone gets pretty concerned with the idea you've got to hit a treble 20, If you're feeling nervous, just throw it above the treble, because the nerves will pull it down, and once you've got one there, they tend to come down from it. So it makes a lot of common sense.
Yeah, I do. When I'm struggling, sometimes the first thing I
So
do,
19s again.
I don't
there for
even
Willem.
aim for the treble. I aim about half an inch above it and just make sure it's straight in the 20, and then work
Now,
off that,
a really unlucky bounce out there, because that was in the treble.
which would have left the big
Yep.
one.
So from then being favourite for the leg, he's now not favourite for the leg. And a steady ton there.
Yeah. William's got to put at least 2 in here, hasn't he? For pressure.
He's got to hit a
Well,
140, I would say minimum here.
Yeah.
99.
I don't think that's enough.
120.
Now, you feel the way Scott's playing. This is going to go. Commentators curse there that time. I'll be like Gary next time and be quiet.
We've got the puppy clapping his hands there. At least we call the right scores out most of the time.
So now 128. He's now got treble 20. All right. There's a loving going on over here. I don't really want to get involved in this one.
Yeah,
So
it is.
now
Big shot.
treble
this.
10.
Big shot.
Right on the wire.
Willem, you require 36.
Now Willem 36 for
And
a break.
And a break.
Just came short of the first
I
leg.
really didn't see that coming, to tell you the truth. Really didn't see it. Obviously, he's lost 2 sets off the trot.
Yep.
Body language is bleh, and he's still. It's not the greatest leg, but he's took
No,
it.
that's it.
You know.
Now Willem's just having a
Second
little
leg is Willem
composure bit there.
first. Team on.
Yeah, let your opponent think about what he's done.
Yeah. Now,
There you go, Scott. Time to shine.
to me, watching this, just straight away, they've changed rhythms. Willem's slowed up, trying to be more secure on what he's doing.
Well, what's happened is Williams went ahead again and
Yep.
tightened up again.
Yep.
When he was 2-0 up, he tightened up. When he got back to 2s each, he's relaxed that leg and took it off Scott. And now,
Scott now-
he's thinking about it again.
Yep.
It's his dart, and in his mind, it's I can't lose this leg. So
Yep.
it goes to the final one.
But Willem's rhythm is quicker than this.
Oh,
To me,
yeah.
I think this is too slow. That was a better rhythm for him.
That's a great reply, but it's his dart, and he's still 30 behind.
So, I mean, Scott can't do. I mean, bar going 180, 180. That is most probably an ideal leg. But
Yeah.
the situation 140, 140, 100. All the pressure is now on the other player.
Yeah. And look,
And 41 there.
So
So now- Minimum of 6 darts from here. 25 first. Yep. Sensible dart. And then double 18.
Great
Sweet as enough.
Great
finish. Scott Mitchell.
And also, it's not just the fact that it's done that. It's a 12 dart leg.
I think he would have took the 12 dart leg this leg instead of that
Oh,
when
yeah.
it was his darts.
Yep, most
You know?
definitely.
Averages have evened themselves out. They've both got the same now. Or
Yep.
thereabouts. Great start.
And this. So here we go.
100.
Oh, it's a good reply.
It is, but I think it felt good when he threw
Yeah.
it. There was no pressure on him again.
No, the
now
set-
he's not in front. He wasn't under pressure again.
140.
Scott's
Now,
going to bully
look at
now,
this.
isn't he?
Back-to-back legs. 140, 140, 140, 140.
Yep.
That's about putting pressure and
Here we
pressure
go,
on the other.
here we
Oh,
go.
what a reply.
Here we go.
So we've got a 6-dart shootout, I reckon, here.
Yeah. It should be. It's a great way to end the match, isn't it?
100.
What a big dart. Now Willem has to at least match that 100. Oh, now he's got to change. Because if
He's
he's
used 129 now, isn't it? So
he's got to change. He's left the finish. He's left the finish. That's the main thing. If it had stayed there, he wouldn't have left the finish. Now, I would have been tempted to go the same way as he went last time.
Yeah.
With the 25 first.
Definitely. I don't know why he didn't do it at work the first time.
I mean, it's an ask of 170, but if he doesn't hit a treble,
I think Scott Galway will
I think he thought about it too much, and he should have just gone the same way as he went last time.
If you've done it once, then why don't you go for it again?
Yep. So tops. It's going to be his friend this time. There we go.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm glad he went for tops because he hasn't been hitting 60s and 18s. I think he's realised that and deliberately left tops.
And I think that was a great scrapping game there. And it's, as we said before, averages mean nothing. It was a good game, very close game. I hope you've all enjoyed it.
It wasn't on the dodge. It was a mind game.
Yeah, that's it.
It was. But thank you for having me, Gary.
No, thank you for coming up, Gary, and good luck tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
mate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, a story of key doubles, hit and miss. Ladies and gentlemen, give both players a round of applause as they leave the stage. From the Netherlands, Willem Mandigers. But somehow going through to his third Winmore World Masters quarter-final, it's Scotty Dog, Scott Mitchell.